And welcome back to the Fruit of Grisaia. Last time we got pranked, maybe? I'm gonna stand by that that's sort of a really shitty thing to do if she's doing it on purpose. Though I am definitely more still leaning towards possibly it was more sincere and she's trying to play it off as a prank, which is just to make Yuuji not worry, not that it isn't a shitty thing to do it as a prank. Ooh. And now we're going to a festival. Probably the same one as the Machina rap. I don't remember if it was relevant in any of the other routes that I've done. It might be a festival organized by the local shopping district, but since it's got powerful financial support, the grounds are actually a pretty impressive sight. Our school offered its own contribution in the form of manpower. Do we need to work then? What manpower? We're the only ones there. Even the teachers aren't like permanent there typically yet. Earlier in the day, Amane and Sachi helped set up booths and pulled floats for the children's festival. As my own community service, I mowed down the grass and labored to help set up the tower for the bond dance. Yes, that actually sounds familiar from a previous rap. And the spider stated opinion on children, to wit, I can't stand kids. They're noisy and spoiled and don't listen to a thing you say. They cry over nothing. They think they can get away with murder if they bawl hard enough. Just watching them pisses me off. Micha, nonetheless, gave in to Amane's cajoling and volunteered at the children's festival, where it seemed she diligently and cheerfully made batches of free cotton candy for the crowds of children. I like kids. I've always gotten along with people younger than me typically, so. Maybe it's just because I'm more of a child at heart, in a way. in the sense that, like, I guess that would probably be inaccurate. The bawling and trying to get away from stuff, maybe. I haven't done that in years, though. Probably more in the vein that I prefer to just sit back and enjoy, rather than trying to be too serious about stuff when I do them, at the very least. So, regardless of how I enjoy. Yeah, I heard what? You don't need to stick your nose in my face. Wait, what? So, that's a request, I guess? In the yukata? Yeah, so it seems. Or rather, maybe not at this moment. How the hell would I know? Wait. Got in the mood for a kiss. Oh, is that just because I said you don't need to stick my nose or your nose in my face? Ah, okay. So that was an offhanded comment too. I thought that had to do with Machina at first. It's like, Machina got in the mood for... the reason why I think probably I thought that was more the ... and the... I suppose she didn't have a ... I might have subconsciously thought that ... was part of Amane's. Well, whatever. No, bread Machina baked. I'm interested to see that. And taste it? Yeah, sounds like a plan. What? Are you angry about something? What? What was that for? Don't smack my ass. Wait, that's what got smacked? You're the kind of a delayed reaction, don't you think?
女の子にはね、キスしてもいいタイミングとキスをしてはいけないタイミング、そして最後にもう一つのタイミング、合計3つのタイミングというものがあるのよ。
Wait. That effect. Huh, fascinating. What was that last one?
この
What would that last one even be? Like an accident? Ah, look, what's your problem? No need to resort to violence.
最後の一つのタイミングは女の子にはキスしてほしいタイミングがあるのよ。今の会話の流れで理解できたでしょ？
Isn't that covered by the times when you can kiss her? Is that not... whatever. So you meant by that times when you want to kiss her and it's okay. Yeah. Deliberately playing dumb about these things is a rule of mine.
何さかっこつけちゃって。もうキスさせてあげないわよ。
Oh, never again. The whores. Cheeky girl. You think you have the right to refuse? Close your eyes, open your mouth, and stick out your tongue. In that order. Need me to repeat that?
もう仕方がないな。こっち来てよ。ここじゃ恥ずかしいし。
Oh my goodness. Huh. Look, it was obviously a joke.
女の子にここまでさせて冗談だって。そっちの方が失礼じゃない？ほら、キスしていいよ。したいんでしょ？
Can you close your eyes for me? And open your mouth? Now stick out your tongue. And the tip of Amane's plump tongue peeks out through the small gap between her lips. Further. You have no idea how ridiculous you look right now.
Hey! 女の子に恥をかかせた罰。
Sorry. Oh, no need to get so angry.
あんたね、女の子のキス顔見て笑うって最低だよ。
What's the big deal? It's a classic part of the sappy lovebirds routine. You're fond of that sort of thing, aren't you?
バカップル。あ、そっか。私たち他から見るとそんな風に見えるんだ。
Well, you're the one who's like wanted to do that sort of like style of roleplay at times, yeah? Are you seriously just realizing this now?
そっか。そうだよね。
Huh? Something wrong?
なんでもないの。
What?
ねえ、ユージ。
Okay. I am a little worried by the sudden gleam in your eyes.
バカップルはさ、やっぱり浴衣でエッチしちゃうんだよね。
Later? Are you for real? Well, I did have a premonition you'd say something of the sort eventually, but...
だんだんユージも私のことが分かってきたみたいね。
It's not a complicated way you think. I don't know about understanding, more like I'm just getting used to it.
ね、どうする？やっちゃう？
Where? Well, do you have a rubber on you? I sure don't.
さすがに私も用意してなかったな。どうしよう。
We could, I don't know, not have sex. Oh! Of course she'd hit me again if I said that. Anal again.
ごめん。今日はそっちの準備はしてないから、本当ごめん。
Okay. We could call it off.
いいじゃん。生でしちゃおうよ。
We're still students, you know. We should at least be using contraception. You know, you did ask about that pregnancy thing before. Are you possibly maybe... Huh.
何よ。子供ができたら産んでいいって言ったじゃんさ。あれって嘘だったわけ？
That doesn't mean we should try or not take the freaking... I'm blanking on the word because I'm so flustered, of course. Don't be an idiot. I wouldn't say something like that unless I meant it.
ユージ大好きね。しちゃおう。いいでしょ。
Finally reached the point of fucking outdoors, huh? We've sunk pretty low.
動物園デートキャンセルしたくせに。
Oh boy. You know how to hit me where it hurts, you know that? Well, fine, no reason to turn down what's offered to me. But where do you plan to do this?
こっち来て。
Amane pulls me by hand down a short flight of stairs, her wooden sandals clapping against the stone. She leads me behind a Shinto shrine, the bustle of the festival growing fainter with every step.
ほら、こっち。
You had this planned. Nah, I see. We're behind a shed in a small area where the portable shrines carried by the children are usually packed away to await the next festival. The odds of anyone coming back here before the festivities are over are effectively zero. Amane's expression grows dreamy and blissful, giggling sweetly. She cuddles up against me, nuzzling her head under my jaw. I'm strongly reminded of this bit I saw on TV the other day about the mating rituals of wolves.
ユージの匂いだ。
I can see where he might be coming from. Don't push your nose into my neck. You really are a dog in human form, you know that?
ねえ、知ってる？男と女の相性ってね、匂いでわかるんだって。
Yeah? I remember reading something of that kind. When humans hit puberty, they develop a natural dislike for their parents. Apparently, that's at least partially the product of a built-in biological antipathy to those with similar genes as a safeguard against genetically crippling incestuous mating. And there's a theory that we instinctively determine the genetic suitability of potential sexual partners from the information exuded in their body odor.
私ね、ユージの匂い好きだよ。なんかね、ずっと嗅いでると頭がクラクラして無駄に興奮してくるの。
I see. I believe the technical term for your condition would be estrus. Do you ever feel the need to elevate your hindquarters?
ねえ、ユージ。ほら、触って。
Yo, Yukata's getting out the shout, you know.
いいよ。
Her massive breasts, as always, exceed the capacity of my hands, and today her nipples are almost painfully erect from the very start. It would seem wandering around without any underwear had something in effect on her. My hand, which has found its way to Amane's groin without any conscious direction on my part, finds her soaping with warm liquid. Wet already.
うん。だってずっとノーパンだったし、なんか変に意識しちゃって。だからもう入れちゃっていいよ。来て、おんこでチーポいっぱいしごいてあげる。
Okay then, don't mind if I do. But slut, woman are a bit too complex to fit neatly inside the frame of a simplistic concept. I mean, yes, that's true. I'm just, some layers of that are not ringing true. Sometimes they want to forget something painful, sometimes they're simply lonely. And maybe sometimes it's no one easily defined emotion. Maybe it's all of the above and more. An overwhelming jumble of hopelessly tangled feelings. Under such circumstances, women throw themselves at men. Any man will do, sometimes even someone they despise from the bottom of their heart. Sex is a moment of forgetfulness for them, a band-aid on a wound. Men refer to such women as sluts. Amane confidently refers to herself as such on a regular basis. But however urgent her sexual demands, she's far from indiscriminate. Her target has always been restricted to me and me alone. Almost as if she's decided I'm the only band-aid that can cover her particular wound. Nope. There, I'm currently stimulating 3 distinct erogenous zones. Your orders are unclear. Request clarification. Didn't copy that, say again.
だからおんこもうなんでそうやって意地悪するの？
Sorry, I'm a snot-nosed little punk, you see. Rats like me tend to tease the girls we love in an immature attempt to get their attention. Oh, I think I might have her attention.
バカ
Every time Amane moans, her wall tightens wetly around me. Okay. Okay. Looking for anything even resembling... Looking for anything even remotely relevant. Da, 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 da. Shut up, Amane. And I'm getting more and more. She loves something, tell me the truth. Something about blowjobs. And that's a thing. Okay. Okay. Do you have a condition, mind you? Not the peeing part, more the... She said she went blank there, yeah? I love giving blowjobs. Blah, 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 okay. Not really anything of value past that initial... let's call it development of their... relationship style. Can you stand up? You'll get dirty if you stay on the ground.
ごめん、もう大丈夫。なんか私、激しく生かされると目の前が暗くなっちゃうのよね。
Seriously.
鉄分不足かな。
Yeah, since the fainting thing, I'm actually a little concerned about that. Having sex standing up is a hell of a workout on the legs. Maybe you're a bit anemic.
そうかな。ごめん。言ってる最中に抜けちゃったね。こっち来て、お口で吸い出してあげる。
You really can't pass up a chance for a blowjob, Amane.
そんなの。だから、ユージだからしてあげるんだよ。まだ出てるよ。
Sorry. Yeah.
平気。
Okay.
続きはお口の中で。
The vacuum cleaner's latched on. Okay. Looking for anything resembling story. Yep, nope. And the Machina voice implies... Yeah. See? It seems your presence is requested.
うわ、まずいな。ちょっとユージごめん。浴衣直すの手伝って。
If you insist. No, wait, there's a bigger problem here. Your face.
やっぱザーメンだらけじゃん。ティッシ
You think I have a tissue? Here up, just wipe it off. You focus on getting you got it back on straight.
ュ。あんがと、痛いってば、腹んとこグッてしないでよ。
Hideous.
怒るよ。マキナ、こっちこっち。どうしたの？あまね、痛い。なに？どうしたの？私、おトイレ行きたい。
Wait, you need help with that? There was something about in her diary where she had something of a problem. Was it that?
行ってくれば？そっか、あんた浴衣だ。帯崩さないようにできる？
I'm not remembering that correctly, am I?
無理かも。わかったよ。一緒に行ってあげるから。ごめんね。いいわよ。浴衣汚しちゃったら大変だし。ほら、行こう。
Whew. Yeah, can't have the yukata getting dirty. Nope. Can't do anything that might get it dirty, you know, right? Definitely.
じゃあ、ユージ、私たちちょっと。
Right. Yeah, I'll just be waiting right here.
すぐ戻るから。
It's just me, or does she seem more motherly by the day? Even grandmotherly? Well, I'm not sure if the old lady's side of Amane's personality's growing more pronounced or if Machina's just reverting even further into childishness. Probably a little column A and a little of column B. Of course, Amane's ongoing transformation into a domestic-minded grandma hasn't had any adverse effects on her sex drive. Well, you know what they say, the elderly are actually some of the most sexually driven out there. If anything, it's quite the opposite. She's almost been dangerously horny lately. I feel like we're starting to get into some risky territory here.
ねえちょっとあれって毒虫じゃない？ほらあの髪の長い子。
Huh.
どれ？どの子？ほらあの小さな子の手引いて歩いてる女いるじゃん。アマネって呼ばれてたし間違いないって。
Huh. First impression, anger.
ほんとだ、アマネじゃん。メガネしてないから最初わからなかったよ。やだ、なんで毒虫がこんなとこにいるの？あいつの引っ越し先ってこっちだったっけ？知らないよそんなの。っていうか気持ち悪いから思い出させないでよ。吐きそうになるよ。
Apparently oblivious to my presence, the girls in front of me point fervently in Amane's direction, grimacing in what looks like revulsion.
どうする？声かけてみようか。
I should stop this.
いいよ、気持ち悪い。見なかったことにしてもう行こうよ。
They're obviously not great people, but no reason to confront them. They move on with their lives. I move on with mine. Yeah? Same with Amane.
じゃあ、写メだけでも。
No.
やめなって。ほら、もう行こう。私あの事件まだトラウマなんだから。わかったわよ。そんな押さないでよ。
A nightmare? Cockroach? What's that supposed to mean? Are those two acquaintances of Amane's? I am tempted to call out to them before they can hurry away, but this doesn't exactly seem like a topic they'd be happy to casually discuss with a stranger. What do I do? As I hesitate, the pair of girls walks quickly towards the opposite side of the festival, what seems to be a deliberate attempt to avoid any possible encounter with Amane. They quickly vanish into the crowd. Cockroach, is it? Doesn't exactly have a pleasant ring to it. Most likely that nickname has something to do with Amane's past, the reason why she transferred to this school. Come to think of it, to this point I haven't really concerned myself too deeply with any of that. Probably because the Amane I know tries so hard to be a cheerful, strong woman, and is usually very convincing at it. Probably because of my own complacency. Why take the risk of prying? Things seem alright the way they are now. Just as Amane doesn't want to know about my job, perhaps there's a part of me that doesn't want to know about her past. Maybe I've been unconsciously avoiding the topic. But is that really the way it should be? If I take Sakaki's word for it, Amane will eventually tell me the truth of her own initiative, and prolonged silence will hurt her more than me. Does that mean I should just wait patiently? Let Amane approach me in her own time, if ever? Or should I come out and ask to help nudge Amane towards finally getting it off her chest? I don't know for sure, but I do think that this isn't something I should decide all by myself. It's not just my problem, after all. The reasonable thing would be to honestly discuss the matter in the spirit of a bilateral relationship.
お待たせ、ごめんね。なんか難しい顔してんのよさ。待たせすぎたか？
I wouldn't mind giving a nudge. Then again, given my theory about the previous problem from the day before, presumably the day before, or that last time with the job and whatnot, I'm not sure how impactful a nudge can be.
ごめんね。なんかマキナ、ジョンジョロっていつまでも止まらないもんでさ。
Just love that amount of information. Keep that up.
ひどいのよ、アマネだって一緒におしっこしてたのよさ。
Well, as long as you didn't cross the streams.
あんた、そういうこと大声で言わないの。
Amane, let me ask you something.
え？何？急に改まって。
There's something I want to discuss with you later. Can you spare some time tonight?
何？今じゃダメなの？
If possible, I'd like to be alone. It's kind of important.
わかった。
何？あまね、なんか悪いことしたの？怒られるの？
Yeah, I didn't bring my newspaper to hit her over the head with. I have to give her a proper lecture later.
そんなことないと思うけど。
やっぱあれじゃね？ビッチすぎて怒られんじゃね？おめえちっと自重しろ的な感じで。
そうなの？
I do think that there is such a thing as too much. No, not even close.
何よ、すっごい気になるよ。今言ってよ。
No rush. We've still got a festival to enjoy. Let's live in the moment, like the dissolute modern youths we are.
楽しもうぜ。
うわー、私意外とそういうの気にするタイプだからな。
Yeah, I can imagine.
大変です、皆さん。
What's wrong, Sachi?
ミチル様が、ミチル様が、なんて説明すれば。
Yes, that is the perfect explanation of what's going on. We shall now... Is a god, some god somewhere damning her right now? Probably. Good to see you've been working on your English vocabulary, but it's not really helping right now. Calm down and explain what happened in chronological order.
はい、ミチル様が調子に乗って櫓の上で太鼓を叩いていたのですが、そこへ巨大なカブトムシが飛来しまして、ものすごい勢いで側頭部に突き刺さりました。
Ah, is that it? What? And then?
ミチル様はアホアと規制を上げられて、刺さったカブトムシを引き抜こうと身もだえるうちに櫓から転落。
Ah.
高校とたかれていたかがり火の上にドサッと落下しまして。
Ah, that actually sounds sort of problematic. She fell into the fire? And then what?
はい、それでウホースと叫んだミチル様はカチカチ山のタヌキのごとく背中から煙を上げつつ、そばで営業していたカメ釣りの露店の水槽へダイブ。今カメ釣り露店の店主にこっぴどく叱られております。
I think he's not the one who should be scolding her. Understood. Okay, how bad are Michi's injuries?
ほぼ無傷です。
How?
チルチルってば嫌になるぐらい頑丈な女なのよさ。
Not even fire can take her out? Shit, what type is she? I've been playing Pokemon lately, so... Not the new Pokemon, this stuff's looked like shit. So... It wouldn't be... She's definitely not a fairy type. I mean, she was healed by water, right? Maybe she's just straight up a water type. Now, what would be bad against bugs? Bugs are good against psychic and... Wait, let me look this up. Not now, notifications. I need to get to the freaking web browser. A ground type, maybe? I forget if that's actually... No, defensively, that's actually not good against fire. What's good against fire defensively? Rock, right? Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Dragon, fire, rock, water. And rock's good against bug and good against fire. But she needs to be good against fire, but not good against bug. So bug would be bad against fighting fire, flying ghosts. Fire, grass, ground. Maybe she's some combination of... I'm spending too much time on this, I'm sorry. Fortuitous that she wasn't injured. Either way, I suppose we're obligated to back her up here. I'll go apologize as well.
正直めんどくせえのよさ。
Classmates have a responsibility to cover for each other's blunders. If she broke something, we'll have to repair it for them. I'll go as our representative.
待ってよ、私も行くから。
仕方ねえな。私も行くのよさ。まったく、チルチルはどこ行ってもトラブルを起こす女なんのよさ。
でも大好きなんだよね、みちる様のこと。
バカな子ほど可愛いって言うしな。ほら、行くよさっち。
Oh boy. Since his business has been disrupted just as the festival crowd was beginning to bustle in earnest, I'd be prepared for the storekeeper to be pretty indignant. But when we arrived at the stall, my expectations are turned on their head.
はいはい、亀だよ、亀だよ、亀釣りだよ。かわいいかわいい亀だよ。買ってよし、食ってよし、しごいてよし。亀最高。はい、寄ってって見てって。
Those list of options really have a bit of a contrast to them. Apparently, having negotiated a settlement with the turtle stand's owner, Michiru's standing in front of the stall, energetically barking for customers. Can't say I've ever seen such vigorous turtle salesmanship before.
っていうか、緑亀って食べていいの？
You can eat a lot of things. I don't think they're poisonous at the very least.
まあ、亀だし、食べられないことはないだろうけど。っていうか、しごくって？
Well, you know, pets.
そこを気になっちゃいました。さすがはあまねさんです。
Yep. What does it say that I didn't take that sexual in any way or form until she pointed that out?
私、今、ビッチ扱いされてるのかな？何をおっしゃいますやら。
Anyway, I think Michiru's gonna find her way through life, even without our help. Through sheer resilience, if nothing else. And so, after a lengthy evening of utter nonsense and pleasant memories, the hour hand of the clock hit 9. As the brilliant lights of the festival began to dim, we returned together to the dorm. Incidentally, a minor digression. Sachi looked into the matter and discovered that the Mississippi red-eared turtle, popularly known as the green turtle, is perfectly edible if properly processed beforehand. Okay. I mean, you'd say the same about most any animal, right? But of course, none of us would put this to the test.
それで、私に何か話があるって何？
Ah, yes, this is definitely important. Right, about that. Okay. Let me think about how I want to say this.
何よ、難しい話なの？
Yeah. Pretty damn awkward.
あんたの仕事の話？それなら私は別に。
No, it's not my job. It's about you, Amane.
私の？何？
Amane? Let me ask you something. And please, hear me out before you take offense. Does the nickname Cockroach mean anything to you?
毒虫。
Right. Ring any bells?
誰に聞いたの？
At the festival today, I happened to overhear two girls talking. Got the idea that they were probably old acquaintances of yours.
そう。
Am I right to think that the word has something to do with your past? Well, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to drag anything out of you. It's just, I don't know. If your memories are still causing you some worry or pain, I'd want to do anything I can to help. That's all. Of course, your past is your own business. If you tell me to leave it alone and never bring it up again, I'll accept that and abide by it. You did the same for me, after all. But if by some chance you need to get something off your chest, I'll listen. I'll help you any way I can. What I can do for you, it probably doesn't amount to much, granted. But I don't have anything else to offer. Tell me, Amane, what should I do? Should I pretend I didn't hear anything and forget about this? Or can I help you in some way? It's not something I can figure out alone. Amane.
そっか。そっか。知られちゃったか。じゃあ仕方がないよね。
Amane?
私立滝園学園1年 A 組バスケ部所属風見和樹。もちろん知ってるよね。
Why would I be?
6年前の8月14日、バスケットボール部の夏合宿の帰り道、彼女を含む14人を乗せたマイクロバスは忽然と姿を消した。世に言う滝園学園マイクロバス転落事故。私はその14人の中の唯一の生き残りよ。
Are you serious?
こんなことで嘘は言わないよ。
Oh, I saw Kazami and I assumed... Oh. I saw the Kazami and I guess I didn't really process the second part of the name correctly. My elder sister. Kazami Kazuki. The genius, the one that I never was able to live up to. The one who died. When she disappeared, it destroyed my family. Did she die or did she disappear? I always got the impression of death. And the one girl who lived through that disaster was Amane? That's your past?
そう。私はユージのお姉さんと同級生だった。
Why didn't you?
ごめん、言えなかったんだよ。ユージが転入してきた時、風見ユージって名前を聞いた時、すぐに気がついたんだけど、言えなかった。
Well, of course she couldn't. I'm the family Kazuki left behind. It must have been a complete bombshell. There's no way you'd be able to figure out a situation like that in like the spur of the moment. I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
6年前の事故はユージも知ってるよね。
Yeah, the general picture, at least. 6 years ago, August 14th, on the way back from the training camp, the Takizono Academy basketball team's school bus plunged off a cliff. Whoa. Why? An extensive search was abandoned in failure 14 days after the girls disappeared, but in the end, a single survivor managed to find her own way to safety. It was a widely reported incident at the time. It's hard to believe. It was Amane. The lone survivor was a major focus of the media attention for some time after the fact. Speculation gave rise to rumors. Many outlets questioned the means by which the single girl had survived the cruel ordeal that claimed the lives of her classmates. In mass media, extreme and shocking news sells, regardless of where it's coming from or what it says. The lone survivor was subjected to the vicious gossip on television and in print. They did stop short of publishing her name, probably out of legal concerns rather than ethical ones. Television shows exploited footage of the weeping families as a backdrop for the lurid gossip about the deaths of their children. Tabloid magazines published vivid, unsourced descriptions of the hellish conditions, using loaded questions and innuendo to suggest the girl survived only by becoming something less than human. Among these, some articles even discuss the interpersonal dynamics of the Doom team, their relationships. As if any of them would really know that. At best, you're getting second, maybe third-hand accounts. And you? You're that lone survivor?
急な告白でびっくりしていると思うし、私が何を言ってもずる賢く生き残った女狐の言い訳にしか聞こえないと思う。
Did you? Because you seem generally torn up about a lot of stuff. Do you regret what happened?
ちょっと待ってもらえる？ユージに見せたいものがあるから。
What? Amane leaves my room, and 10 long minutes crawl by before she returns. I spend every moment trying to piece together my scrambled thoughts. What the hell is this? When I arrived at Miyama, Amane had already been here for a good year. Of course, Principal Tachibana must have known everything. She knew about all this and didn't say a word, just left me and Amane sort it out for ourselves. I know she has a non-interference policy, but this really feels more like negligence. And there's Sakaki too. She's looked into all of our backgrounds. She obviously knew the facts. She didn't even say a damn word. Oh, no, calm down. Consider this. From their perspective, what would have I done in their shoes? Yeah, I don't think I could have acted differently. It's too sensitive a problem. The two of us are the only ones who can resolve it. They weren't wrong to act as they did. And if I was in Amane's shoes, if a relative of the classmate who died while I lived transferred to my school, could I have told them the truth in that moment straight out? I really don't think so. Had I been in Amane's position, I would have waited, slowly steeled my resolve, tried to find the right moment to confess the truth. That's right. I don't have the right to blame Amane. I would have made the same decision myself. And to tell the truth now, after everything that's happened between us, must have taken an incredible amount of courage on her part. She's downright admirable. Rather than thinking about whether I can blame her, maybe I should be taking a look at myself. Did I just shatter Amane's peace of mind out of nothing more than hypocritical curiosity? I'm...
ごめん、お待たせ。これを見て。
Amane holds out a beaten up old notebook towards me. The date's written on the cover. A few months of that summer, 6 years ago. This is your...
あの日の日記帳だよ。そこに全てのことが書いてある。
Are you sure about this?
ユージにはそれを読む権利があると思うから。
Alright. I'll read it.
その日記帳の18ページ目からがあの遭難事故の直後に書かれた日記に該当するわ。
6 years ago, August 14th, I lower my gaze to the diary. Its pages well worn from Amane's hands. She clearly reread it many, many times. The contents of those pages left me staggered. And Amane's point of view, yeah? When I opened my eyes, I was in darkness. I couldn't see a thing. I blinked repeatedly, slowly counted to 10, but that didn't change. Right. Just like the other flashback segments, I presume. I couldn't even tell if my surroundings were really dark, or if my eyes weren't working. And the blackness so deep I couldn't see the palm of my hand in front of my face. I heard moaning voices from all around me. Painful hacking coughs, screams of agony. My ears at least were functional. As I repeated quiet, calming breaths, the scent of the gasoline took on my nose. With that stimulation, the haze, the confusion lifted slightly. And I remembered that I was inside a bus. Gripping around my surroundings, I vaguely realized that I was lying on top of something soft. When I tried to sit up, I hit my head sharply against a seat. I reached up to my eyes to check if my glasses had been knocked crooked, only to discover that they weren't on my face in the first place. I groped around the area frantically. Again, my hand found something strangely soft and warm. It was the heat of a living thing. Realizing with a start that I was touching another person, I reflexively jerked my hand back.
気がついた?
You don't think...
はい。動けるようなら私の上から降りてほしいのだけれど。ごめんなさい。
Finally understanding that someone was pinned under my body, I fumbled in search of a foothold. But the floor my feet were searching for was not there.
気をつけて。今はこのバス、天井が壁だから。
Interesting.
天井が壁？そう。床も壁。そして今まで壁だったものが、今は床と天井。まあ、そうね。簡単に言えば横転しているのよ。
You mean we're on our side. Overturned could imply the opposite. Where the ceiling becomes the floor and etc. Okay, you're not being specific enough, yet you're being way too specific. Good job.
横転。
As I repeated those words out loud in an attempt to process this meaning, further understanding the situation flooded into my mind. This was the inside of a school bus. On the way back from our summer training camp, our bus had fallen off a cliff with us still inside.
どうでもいいけれど、早く移動してくださらない？さっきからあなた、私の左腕を踏んでいるのだけれど。
Ah, yes.
ごめんなさい。痛いわよ。不用意に動かないで。
Is that someone else?
ごめんなさい。あなた、それ口癖？後で殴るときに呼び出すから、名前を教えなさい。
Ah.
ごめんなさい。
I'm not sure if it's still the same person. I think.
冗談よ。私は風見和樹。あなたは？スオーです。スオー、あまね。ああ、スオーさんね。名前と容姿は知っているけど、お話しするのは初めてね。はい。はじめまして。
Not the best circumstances for first introductions.
敬語はいいわ。私も同じ1年生だし。それと、できれば挨拶は後にして、さっさと私の上から降りてくださる？痛くて涙が出てきたわ。ごめんなさい。5回目。いい？ごめんなさいって言葉は、口にすればするほど言葉の価値が下がるのよ。じゃないわよ。いいから左にどきなさい。出口はそっちよ。ごめんなさい。舌打ちしないで謝るから。
I knew the name Kazami Yuuji. It was the name of the top incoming student, the girl who'd been chosen as our class representative to deliver the greeting speech at our entrance ceremony this spring. Kazuki sounded like a boy's name, and the girl herself appeared somewhat absent-minded, always walking around with a sleepy look on her face. And yet there was something about her that suggested the cold sharpness of a blade. We belonged to the same basketball team and participated in the same training camp together, but I had shied away from the foreboding aura she projected, and in the end we hadn't spoken so much as once during the trip. The interior of the bus was scattered with debris, and every foothold was uncertain. Kazami Kazuki quickly crawled her way through, dragged herself out a shattered window, and turned back to offer her hand to me.
ほら、手を出しなさい。ありがとう。
Is this gonna... I have a feeling,
どうやらなんとか助かったようね。はい、メガネ。あなたのでしょ？
Those weren't broken? Also, she has glasses? Wait, yeah, she did have glasses before, didn't she? Like, when she didn't have her contacts in, she put them on. But, wait, am I remembering that correctly? I might be, I might not be. I definitely do see the resemblance to Yuuji, though the hair... very different. Interesting. So I already get the feeling that this is going to turn into a story that essentially she sacrifices her life in order to get Amane out safely, yeah? Ah. Yeah, that Amane definitely looks a lot younger and more timid. The moment I replaced the glasses in my head, I drew a harsh breath at the sight of the bus that we'd been riding in. The roof is smashed, the windows all broken, the vehicle is completely overturned and its belly exposed. White smoke was pouring out from the areas of the still active engine. We need to get away fast or we'll be in danger. At this rate, that thing might explode. As that fear ran through my mind, Kazami Kazuki glanced briefly at my face with her usual sleepy expression, then snorted lightly.
大丈夫よ。こういった事故で車が爆発するのは映画の中だけだから安心しなさい。
I can imagine. Explosions imply chain reaction. What would give the ignition? The field's obviously still there, but I can imagine it setting fire, but explosion, at least at the level that we might be imagining, would be excessive.
どうして私が考えていることが分かったの？
煙を上げるエンジンを見ながら泣きそうな顔しているあなたを見れば子供にでもわかるわ。で、誰から助けましょうか？
Ah, yes. Give me the choice, game. Give me the choice.
爆発しないと分かったあなたは次に早くみんなを助けましょうって言い出すと思ったのだけれど違った？そんなエスパーでも見るような目で私を見ないでよ。私は手早くことを進めたいだけなんだから。
You definitely spend a lot of time. We could, hurry it up a little bit.
で、誰から助けるの？あなたに決めさせてあげる。
Please give me the choice.
1、先生。
Ooh.
2、あなたの親友。3、怪我人。あなたなら誰から助ける？
Let's see, logically, teacher. Assuming our teacher isn't injured, because the teacher would have the physical strength and hopefully mental fortitude to help us get everyone else out quicker after that. The wounded are unfortunate, but we're not going to be able to start helping them heal their wounds, and sometimes it can be more difficult to move someone from a wounded situation, yeah? Often if you're wounded and you're in a stable condition, and you don't have any way to treat that wound, you should probably leave it in that condition as stable as possible, as in like not moving around, not any of that, until you can, or you have no other choice. So definitely teacher first would be mine.
どうして私に決めさせるの？
簡単な心理テストのようなものよ。あなたが誰から助けるかで、あなたがどんな女の子なのかわかると思って。
What sort of person am I?
風見さんだったら誰から助けるの？
Also a valid answer and able to, in order to determine what sort of person she is.
質問に質問を返すのはバカだと思われるからやめなさい。それと、そうやって回答を保留にするのも回答とみなすわよ。状況判断能力と決断力のない子だと思われてしまうけれど、それで構わない？
Ah, thanks.
まあいいわ。それじゃあ私が決める。まずは部長から助けましょう。
That wasn't one of your choices. Also, teacher probably still should be first. You're stupid, Kazuki. Sorry.
どうして部長から？
私、あの子が嫌いなのよ。
Oh, that's a good reason.
さっきの質問の答えだけど、私は1でも2でも3でもなく、4の嫌いな子から助けるわ。
That depends what your ultimate objective is. The answer of the people I hate implies that you're actually looking forward past this. You're not able to outright refuse the idea of saving people in the first place, but if you're going to save anyone, might as well save the people that you're willing to see, say, die off after the fact.
4ってずるくない？
回答の数を3つに限定した覚えはないけれど、3つの中に正解がなかった時にどう答えるかもテストに含まれているのよ。
Still a bad answer. That's not the correct answer, man. That's not logical. I'd actually probably debate that one pretty seriously at this point.
意地悪クイズみたい。それにどう うして嫌いな子から助けるの？
I am at the very least interested. The only reason I can imagine for her to consider that a correct answer, outside of ulterior motives, which is what I was talking about before, would be the idea that if you save the people you hate first, then they can't come back and say, yeah, you just saved the people you liked first after. You know, to keep the situation under control afterwards, which isn't the worst idea, but if you have another excuse for saving certain people at a certain time, that's plenty good as well.
だって12人もいるのよ。嫌いな子が最後に残ったら絶対に面倒くさいって思うに決まっているじゃない。
それが理由？
I guess I was also making an assumption that people could actually help us. Like we could get them conscious and helping. Again, we'd want to get the healthy people. We at least should be able to get them back to consciousness, right?
そう。嫌なことはさっさと終わらせたいのよ。私って夏休みの宿題を夏休みに入る前に済ませてしまうぐらいせっかちなの。
わかるような、わからないような。
わからなくてもいいから、あなたもこっちに来て手伝いなさいな。
ごめんなさい。
To be honest, I found it very difficult to understand her thoughts. But I did understand that the word genius was probably created to describe this sort of person. There were 14 people riding on the bus, including the team's advisor. Eventually, 11 people emerged from the wreckage together with the one small dog that belonged to a team member. The remaining 3 were dead. Fuck. Okay. 2 were killed instantly when the bus fell. The other, still conscious immediately after the accident, rolled herself into a ball and moaned for 10 minutes before she died. Among the 11 survivors, 4 were wounded. 1 had broken both her legs. Problematic. 1 had struck her head and suffered a laceration. Possibly more problematic, given the severity of what that means. Because we can at least have someone else carry the other person. A laceration's gonna be hard to treat out here. 1 had received a gash to her abdomen from a sharp object, also problematic in the same way. And the man who should have been our guardian, the teacher, who had been our team's advisor, was unconscious and showed no signs of waking. That, more than anything else, filled our hearts with gloom. None of us could get our minds around the situation we were in. Clutching our knees to our chest, we sat on the ground in a daze.
まずは怪我人の手当てをするべきだと私は思うけど、どうかしら。
Yeah, that would be ideal. Do we have any method of doing that, though? Do we have a first aid kit? I imagine there should be something in the bus somewhere, right? But that heavy silence was soon broken. Kazami Kazuki spoke in a perfectly normal tone of voice. When I raised my head in response to her clear, firm words, I saw that she was addressing our group's official leader, the team captain.
こんな状況だからこそ、しっかりしてください、先輩。
そうね。言われなくても分かってはいるのだけれど、こんな状況で私たちに何ができるというの？
She looks like the sort of angry person that's gonna help the situation a lot in the future. Then again, I already see Kazuki's sort of like unemotional attitude about it all, causing problems later. Now, you have a situation where people essentially are, what should we call it? Being irrational. You need to be able to predict that and be able to at least give them less reason to turn on you, even if you're with it entirely. She should be at least a little emotional, yeah? A little distressed, possibly. She seems like she's very calm, very emotional. Like, I can already sort of see it coming, where you have a whole situation where people basically turn on her because, one, she's probably seen as a, oh, she's the first year genius, everyone's just sort of like, And she's also probably going to take control, and people are probably going to be like, something's wrong with her. Like, she's not, like, getting emotional at all, something's off, that sort of thing. I bet one of those twists is going to come. I can see it coming from a mile away. If it doesn't happen, I'll be surprised. And it's not that big of a deal if it does, because that's not unusual. Humans tend to work that way, but still.
反論しても？
どうぞ。
ただ待っていても助けが来る保証なんてどこにもないわ。あなたにこの場を仕切る能力がないのであれば、私が代わりますけど。どうしますか？
勝手なことを言わないで。 もしあなたの判断ミスで現状が悪化したら誰が責任を取ると思ってるの？
この後に及んでも責任の所在を気にする余裕はあるのね。
はあ？なんですって？よく聞こえないんだけど。
Yeah, this is going well.
いいえ、別に何も。ではこの場はお任せしても。
余計なお気遣いは結構よ。リツ、こっちにいらっしゃい。
はい。なんでしょう。
I'm surprised by how many character portraits we've got here.
あなた、ご実家はお医者様よね。
Does it mean that she knows shit?
はい、そうですけど。
だったら応急処置ぐらいできるでしょ。すぐに取り掛かって。
そんな無理ですよ。いくら実家が医者だからって私にはそんな知識は。
それでも何も知らない素人よりはマシでしょ。ごちゃごちゃ言わないでやりなさい。
Oh my goodness, she's just throwing all the responsibility of something very serious onto one person. Ritsu wrung her hands in front of her chest. I completely understood her feelings. Taking on the role of the doctor simply because her parents' occupation. The responsibility is far too grave. It wasn't as though she had inherited their medical skills, and superficial knowledge wouldn't be enough in this sort of situation. The team captain, Sakashida Chiaki, and Koide Ritsu, a girl who had always played the role of the devoted underling. As a mere first year, I didn't know much about their relationship, but the fact was that I'd never seen Ritsu disobey an order from the captain.
リツ、同じことを何度も言わせないで。
はい。じゃあまずは広岡さんから。
何を言っているのよ。まずは先生からよ。
でも広岡さんは両足を骨折して重傷ですし。
いいから先に先生を見なさい。
はい。
Are the gashes on the other people currently stable? I imagine they've been there for some time. A laceration's very bad, because, you know, open bleeding. Out into the open, infections, all that sort of fun stuff. Broken legs aren't great. How are they broken? Is it broken in a way that it's broken and, you know, penetrating the skin in the same way a gash would, infections, all that sort of stuff? Internally, it'd be bad if it healed in the wrong way, and you have internal bleeding too, which is problematic in its own way. But do you have any signs of that? Just being unconscious is definitely the last thing that you want to get the feel for. Kazuki watched with the disdainful eyes of a spectator to an ugly farce as Ritsu swallowed her complaints. As our doctor walked away with sagging shoulders, Kazuki approached Sakashida for the second time.
坂下部長、私に周囲の探索をする許可をいただけますか？
一人で勝手なことをしないで。どうしてあなたはいつもそうやって集団の輪を乱そうとするの？
Ah, this is going well.
スオさん、付き合っていただける？
ちょっと風見さん。
私一人でなければよいのでしょ？これでも私は気を利かせているのよ。あなたは私がそばにいない方が威張り散らしやすいでしょうし。それじゃ行くわよ、スオさん。
待って。
It's also a little interesting knowing the fate of everyone here. As I chased after Kazami Kazuki, I saw the captain's expression out of the corner of my eye. She's glaring at me, making no attempt to hide her displeasure. Her eyes asked, "Are you taking that woman's side?" In response, I offered a quick bow of my head. I didn't understand myself, whether that gesture was an apology for siding with Kazuki or a silent attempt to convey I haven't betrayed you. Well, she can take it whatever way she wants, I suppose. Either way, some instinct inside me had judged that following Kazami Kazuki was the correct decision. Although I had seen Kazuki for the first time at that entrance ceremony, I had known her name for much longer. When we were grade schoolers, it was well known that an 8-year-old child had taken a special prize at the district painting contest. As the painting had been exhibited among the other children's work, that was her only award. But it might well have taken the overall prize otherwise. Our class took a trip to see her piece on display at the district assembly hall. Even with my immature eyes for art, I could sense something inexpressible in words from that painting, something that nonetheless moved my heart. And my impression of that work and the name of the genius who painted it was deeply etched into my mind. Kazami Kazuki. She wasn't blessed with talents as a painter alone. She could do anything she tried, anything at all. Well, that might well be a bit of an exaggeration. On her first attempt, she could usually produce adequate results. If it was a field she found particularly difficult, it might take 3 days of effort for her to reach average skill. Those were the rumors anyway. According to those who knew her, she lives in a different world, or I can't believe that she's a human being, or she can see things normal people can't, like ghosts. At the time, I was astonished that anyone could inspire such stories, many of which were so overblown that they took on a tinge of the occult. But when we entered the same school in the same year, even joining the same team, the girl appeared perfectly normal, if a little standoffish. Even so, I could vaguely sense that her true nature was somehow different from that of an ordinary person. To be honest, I had avoided her as a result. And now I was alone for her for the first time under these circumstances. Although I followed as instructed, I couldn't find anything to say to her, and she was equally silent. The two of us just trudged on, not exchanging a single word. The ground at her feet was rugged and hard, and rock walls loomed on both sides. When I looked straight up, there was nothing but trees and sky. It seemed to have fallen into some sort of fissure. A crack in the earth. The walls were maybe 10 meters tall at their lowest point. Not so high as to rule out climbing, but on both sides of the rock face slanted inwards as they rose up, hanging over us. With this pronounced of an overhang, climbing with bare hands seemed impossible. Even with tools, it would likely be difficult. Apparently, Kazami Yuuji had been thinking along the same lines, and she came to a stop a little ways ahead of me, placed her hand on one of the slanting walls of the rock, and began to strike it with a stone that she had picked up off the ground.
それで何かわかるの？
やっと口を開いたかと思えば、随分とどうでもいいようなことを口にするのね。他にもっと聞きたいことがあったのではなくて？
Are you trying to test the hardness of the rock? See if we'd be even able to create climbing holes? Because the problem with trying to get someone up this wall face wouldn't so much be trying to get someone up this wall face. It would be more along the lines of trying to get everyone up this wall face. The wounded are probably not going to survive until help gets here. And...
他にって。
そうね。どうやって登るのとか、元の道には戻れないとか、これ一番聞きたいのは多分、どうして私に声をかけたのじゃないかしら？
当たり。
だったらはっきりと答えてあげる。それはあなたが強く言われると断れないタイプだからよ。
So you need your own underling? Nito?
あなたの場合、一緒に来てくれないとお願いされたら悩むけど、来いと命令されたら悩まずに従うでしょ？
どうしてそう思うの？
It happened.
さっきの心理テストの結果からそう思ったのだけれど、違った？
Yeah, she was probably right. When my mother asked me what should we have for a snack today, I would answer, "What do you want, mommy?" When she simply told me, "We're having cake today," I was relieved because I wouldn't have to choose. Given multiple choices, I would waver indecisively, and when given a single path, I would follow it obediently. Yeah, it was just my personality.
余計なことを喋ると今度は何を読み取られるか分かったもんじゃないって顔してるわよ。私としてはあまり警戒しないでほしいのだけれど。
As she spoke, Kazami Yuuji removed her cell phone from her pocket and looked into the screen.
あ、やっぱり県外ね。あなたのはどう？
Wouldn't this be like the first thing we check? Because I assume they don't have a method of knowing that we're in trouble at the moment. I heard they pulled my phone out of my school uniform, but as expected, its screen was also displaying the words, "No signal." Interesting. So they said that they did have a search party. I assume how long after this happened? The day after? Would they decide to create a search party and try to find them? You'd have to check the entire route, too.
ダメみたい。私のも県外。
Would the guidance, the teacher, would they be the one driving the bus? Is that how it works? Because, like, even when I was in school, at least in the US, you typically still have your own bus driver. They didn't mention any bus drivers, though. I'm not sure if that's how it's common in Japan.
でしょうね。
Kazuki turned off her phone immediately and slid into her pocket. Yep, good idea. Preserve battery just in case.
あなたも電源を切っておいた方がいいわよ。電波状況が良くないままだとびっくりするぐらいバッテリーの消耗が激しいから。
うん。
It wasn't as discouraging as I would have expected to find her cell phones were useless. So what we should do is we should try to figure out everyone's cell phone type, yeah? I assume we can keep moving. And at the very least, we could groups like different carriers. So like if you had AT&T or T-Mobile or something like that, you could at the very least have people who are on different networks be capable of checking at a time. So like you could save batteries by turning it off and have one person check at a time, or multiple people depending on how many different carriers you had access to between everyone's phones as you try to move your way. To tell the truth, I checked mine soon after escaping the bus. Of course, the screen also displayed no signal. Then, finding that was still the case, prompted a little more than a feeling of resignation. Well, expected as much. We were within a long tunnel-like crevice. Maybe if we just kept following it, partially because of wishful thinking like that, I wasn't in a state of despair at the situation. Another factor was a strange sense of security that came from being near this girl named Kazami Kazuki, as though I found firm, reliable ground to stand on. If I'm with this girl, it'll work out somehow. Her strangely powerful presence let me think such irresponsible thoughts somewhere deep down.
状況はあまり芳しくないわね。
There was a heavy, overgrown jungle visible in the direction Kazuki was pointing. It was a dense forest, seemingly devoid of animal life, that seemed to actively refuse human entry. Interesting. We're still in the crevice, yeah? Or is that the edge of the crevice? How does that work? Does it just get wider? Is that the idea? The thick wall of a vibrant green almost seemed pleasant at a glance. And yet it was obvious that a single step inside would find you in an environment too harsh to support human life. Even if you were to advance by hacking through the thick grasses and bushes rising over your head, the distance you could advance in one day would be pretty limited. And in avoiding the tall trees that grew close enough together as to block the light a day, you'd quickly lose any grasp of your own position anyways.
運が良ければ人の立ち入った痕跡のようなものを発見できるかと思ったのだけれど、これは期待するだけ無駄だったようね。
If there's even one path a human traveled, follow it, and you'll find a place where humans live. True. It's a fair point. But the jungle in front of us shows no signs of such intrusion. What about the other side? We've only gone one direction, right? Even so, I somehow hope that we might stand a chance by pushing our way boldly through the woods. That thought was shattered by what Kazami Kazuki told me next.
これを見てごらんなさい。
She held out a compass that we had used at the training camp for orienteering. One of our recreational activities. That's a thing? Oh my goodness, I haven't heard that since like the beginning of Cold Steel, like 3 years ago. Orienteering is a real thing? Wait, is that actually what we called it in Cold Steel? Sorry. Another case of me needing to look something up. Keep going. The needle that should have always sought north was pointing towards the northwest. When she turned to face a different direction, it didn't move within the compass. Oh, neat, so it's broke. That, or we're cut off from the magnet. No, it's an Earth thing. You wouldn't be cut off from the magnetic nature of it that simply.
どういうこと？
まあ簡単に言ってしまえば針が動いていない方位自身として機能していないということよ。
I suppose I don't really... Yeah, I suppose it doesn't really matter why it's not functional. It's simply not functional.
そんな、どうして？
おそらくはデビエーションね。周りの壁を見てごらんなさい。
Yeah, that's fair. If there's enough, if there is enough to interfere with the signal, then yeah, I guess it's not a direct signal either. I guess I don't know enough about magnets to know exactly what state would actually disrupt the ability for the relatively weak magnetic pull across the entire Earth to be basically negligible on a magnet, or on the compass magnet.
壁
As I looked up in confusion at the rock face looming above us, she picked up a stone lying at her feet and again struck the wall sharply. The sound it produced was a high-pitched clinking, like what you might expect from a hard metal surface. Interesting. I suppose those would also be magnetic to some extent.
岩壁の一部がガラス化しているわ。おそらく瞬間的な高温にさらされた状態から急激に冷やされてアモルファス化したのね。
ごめん、専門的すぎて意味がわからない。
I haven't heard vitrified before at the very least.
火山の溶岩が冷えても似たような状況になるけど、あまりにも広範囲だし、かといってエアバーストにしては規模が小さすぎるし、多分隕石かな。
Really? That would be interesting at the very least.
隕石？隕石ってあの隕石？
マイクロブラックホールが激突したって可能性はまずないでしょうし。
And the meteorites does seem likely. You could say relatively likely, but still. No other explanation?
おそらく小規模な隕石が地表に到達する前に爆発して、その飛散した破片の中でも大きめのものがこの周辺に落ちたんじゃないかしら。
Maybe?
方位磁石が機能しないのもそれが原因？
Can't really discount the possibility. But then again, the point is more, it doesn't really matter why. Oh shoot, that's the wrong playlist. Sorry, I'm navigating in the background the playlist on my channel. Try to figure out.
多分ね。飛散した破片に重鉱物が含まれていて、マスコンセントレーション的なスポットをいくつも発生させているんじゃないかしら。
I'm trying to find, there it is. Orienteering, yes, they did actually call it that in Cold Steel. Shit, I thought they like made that up as like a joke. That's a real thing? Interesting. And then again, I might have just gotten that impression as it has been 3 years and I'm not remembering it entirely correctly. Perhaps leaving a number of spots against maybe. Sort of a shot in the dark. It could also just be straight up broken.
そう考えると、この不自然な環境にも納得がいくのよね。あなたはどう思う？
I think you're reading way too far into things. Though, speaking of which, creating that sort of magnetic situation, would that affect our phone signal, I wonder? I don't know enough about that to really say either way. I wonder if we could get out of here, the signal would improve. Then again, those trees don't seem like they're not thick anyways.
どうって言われても。
If Kazami Katsuki thought so, it was probably the truth. At the very least, I wasn't able to come up with any other possibilities. Yeah, but you don't need... Just because it's the only possibility you can think of doesn't mean it's the only option. It's just a possibility.
さてさて、周囲は草も生えない岩場。周りを囲む壁は構造的に這い上がるのは不可能。携帯も通じないし、方位磁石すら機能しない。申し分のない遭難ね。面白くなってきたわ。
I'm not sure if this is going to have a good ending point in a while, so... As that's not the worst thing to start back up on in order to remind everyone what happened last time, I think I'm going to end it here. Very interesting. I can sort of see how this is going to go from the personal dynamics. They don't seem to be the healthiest at the moment in the group. And, well, we already know how it ends, really. I can sort of imagine how it gets there, though. Very interesting. This has taken a very significant turn from what it was previously. I assume we're not going to be just, like, randomly cutting out of this. I don't know how long it is, but it already feels like this might be a lengthy one. I assume we're not going to have random cutaways from this flashback to just go back to Yuuji being like, okay, H scene time. And and all that fun stuff. So, great. So I will see you all next time. Drive safely, everyone.